okay, Tammy Sue?
Yep.
You've had a good day playing with a great grandbaby, haven't you?
Yes, I did. He's a cutie.
He is.
He's trying to talk. I know I heard him say he loves Granny Mim.
Oh, yeah, right. How old is he?
Great Granny Mim, huh?
How old is he now?
He is almost 4 months.
Yeah, he's a good-looking boy. All right, let's have a look here. Brian Mazarigos. Informative videos. If my female is on day 28 of pregnancy, has a discharge, doesn't smell awful, no mood swing changes, no change in temperature, steady at 100.5, should I be concerned? Well, first off, Brian, good job to you, because you did all the things that you should do to try and figure out whether you've got an impending problem. And the answer is, I think you're fine. So she doesn't have a temperature, normal temperature. The discharge is not smelly. She's all acting perfectly normally. Probably a happy dog. Just keep an eye on it. But good job. What books breeding would you recommend? I don't know. Never looked at, never seen one. So I got this channel. Somebody's asking about when we took Ziggy to the vet. Is she available?
Not Ziggy.
Figgy. No, Figgy's not available.
Figgy.
You couldn't, just like Tammy's great grandbaby, you couldn't pry this baby out of her arm. Sorry. K-Car. Rabies is one of the worst shots ever. Some dogs die from it. Others have severe reactions. Others turn aggressive.
Are you serious?
Others are never the same again, as it takes such a toll on their bodies. Let's see what the replies say on this.
So did you get shots when you were a child?
Here's Brian again. The guy said did a good job. Here's Brian's answer. Well, although that might be true, I'd imagine getting actual rabies is a lot worse. Yes, that's exactly right. And here's the deal. Not only is it a lot worse, but you could pass rabies on to human to human, and that would be a disaster.
Shots in the belly? Oh my gosh.
Well, they're going to remove the head from your dog.
Yes.
Go test it.
Yes.
Folks, you need. I mean, look. Have you ever seen
Don't be silly.
Have you ever seen a reaction to rabies?
I wouldn't even answer the question.
No, that's what we do here. I mean, we always routinely get and religiously get rabies shots for our dogs. I've never seen a reaction, not one time. I have heard about it, but I've never seen it one time. So,
Let's see, we raised labs before that. When I was a little girl, we had dachshunds, and we raised dachshunds, and never, ever have I ever seen a dog have problems with a rabies shot. We've been raising, almost 30 years, James, dogs?
Yeah, longer than that as far as family pets and everything else. I mean, I've had them around since I was a little boy, and so have you.
Yeah.
Well, you weren't a little boy back then. You were still a girl back then, thank God. But for 60 years, yeah. Right, been around dogs 60 years. All right, so okay. Cuddlebug French is, if I decide to hold back a boy for a future stud, but no females in the house, does that assist in eliminating marking aggression if the older male pets are neutered?
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah, okay.
Unless you've got a neighbor that's got a dog that comes, that's a female that comes visit your yard that's not fixed. She's, having heat.
Well, when we started out, we had a male dog in the house with the female dogs, and it was fine.
Yeah, he still squatted like a female.
Yeah, but some of this depends on the age you get the dog, and some dogs different than others. I mean, you got to be aware of the fact that if you have an intact dog in your house, you could absolutely run into a problem. What you do to fix it, never been there, and had a problem to fix, so I don't know the answer.
Wear a belly band. Put belly bands on male dogs if they've got a problem on T10, hacking their leg, whatever.
Kathleen Rayner, I do have a serious question. My friend has long-haired chihuahuas. We used to have those.
Yeah.
Both are presented breeding females. Both have an emergency C-sections with their last litter. This time around, one of the females had another C-section. The other female is due this week, and the vet says she should have a C-section every litter. Yes. Once you started having C-sections, you've got a place where the uterus was scalpel opened up and then sewn back up, and that then could be a weak spot around that area. So the general advice is, if you don't let the dog have a natural whelp, you don't get any uterine pressures that can rupture a uterus. What I'm saying here is that you do run a risk of a dog that's had a C-section of run a risk of having a burst uterus on a subsequent non-C-section delivery. So your vet is right. Trent M would love a video on Mando. Well, guess what? I took one today. So tomorrow,
he's gorgeous.
He is such a pretty dog. So tomorrow, no, he's just, he's only 5.5 months old.
Oh,
so,
and he looks great.
He's actually starting to produce some prostate fluid too.
He's probably the better of the studs that we have. He's
really nice looking. All right.
That's loud.
Trent M, Valley Vet. We said a thing about getting shots. Valley Vet is another place great for shots in bulk, 25 or more. Right, so there's quite a lot of stuff here. I don't want to go through all that, but yeah, exactly. So there's a number of places. Do some shopping around. I don't think it makes any sense to go buy shots if you're buying one or two. Go to your vet or go to your local tractor supply place. But if you're buying them in bulk and you plan on keeping them in the refrigerator, nowhere else, you can absolutely do it. Cuddlebug Frenchies is a nice one. If you are on the fence about ordering anything, purchasing a pup, or using James and Tammy Stud Service, do it. They are incredibly wonderful people. Products are awesome. They do go above and beyond for love. Susan Brocksmith. Well, thank you, Susan, very much. We appreciate that. Thank you. El Cuco got a full litter of brindles from a brindle and a brindle bred to a cream breeding. Would that mean my cream is actually a brindle covered in cream? The answer is very likely so, because it depends on the number of puppies you had. But think of it this way: most dogs have got, if they're brindle, they have a single copy. So in this case, your brindle dogs probably only had a single copy. And if every single puppy was brindle, you can bet yourself that probably the female cream also had a copy of brindle. And somebody replied to you and they told you exactly what we're going to tell you, and that is, guess what? Test. Especially with a cream dog, because with cream dogs you just flat don't know what's underneath that cream. And well, you might know if you know the lineage, but the right way to do this is to go do a DNA test. Andromeda Fire Moor. Throughout this entire pregnancy, my dog has been extremely finicky and picky. Always stayed with chicken and rice potato diet. She loves it. She's showing well on her body. Great, there you go. So chicken, rice, sweet potato diet. Yeah, I think that's a great diet. I mean, I think you can't go wrong with that. Little Mako. I have a blue tri-male bulldog and a black tri-female. Female dad is a merle. What are the chances of me producing a merle when my female isn't a visual merle? The chances of having a merle are about that much. It's about 0. Because here's the mistake that you're making. You're thinking because you had a merle parent to one of your dogs, that dog got a copy of merle. It didn't. Could have been a cryptic merle, possible but unlikely. So what's going on here is you've got to remember that merle dogs, if they've been bred properly, merle dogs are big M, little n, a single copy of merle, and so they give it out to half the litter, and those ones that get it visually show it. Those that don't get it have got nothing to do with merle and don't show it. Mr. White. So if both parents have brown eyes but carry blue, can they produce a blue-eyed baby? Well, first off is that most babies do have blue eyes, but then change later on. And the blue gene is not going to dictate whether they have blue eyes anyway. So the answer is probably not. Probably not. And people want blue-eyed dogs, and I understand that, but it's hard to predict what you're going to get on eye color, because it's kind of a different deal. And so the answer to this is, if you're trying to breed a dog based on getting eye color, I would think about more important things: structure, other visual characteristics of the dog, and not so much the eye color. Cool Trucking says that you guys are awesome. God bless. Well, thank you. Thank you, Cali Trucking. Appreciate that. How do I breed out fawn? On French Bulldogs color wrap, if I breed a fawn male that carries blue to a blue female, it shows that I get fawns and blue fawns, not solids. And what's the DNA to a Eurohero? So, look, I mean, so the fawn gene is the AYAY. And the choices here are AYAY fawn, AYAT, which produces a sable, which is a copy of 10 points, Then after that, it's AT-AT 10 points, AA recessive black, a solid coat color, or ATA, which is also 10 points. I don't get worried about fawn at all, personally. But you know, if you want to get really solid coat colors, then the problem you've got here is you'd like the dog to be AA, and you just don't have the ingredients for that. So you can breed to a, well, yeah. Okay. Ooh, so scheduling a dog's. Well, someone's asking me about how many days was this dog pregnant, and she was in the video. I have no idea. That video is probably 7 years old. Sorry. I get a 404 message and both links to your websites. Neither will load. Well, it's all up and running. So I would do this: restart your phone if you're using a phone. Try and go use a computer if necessary. But the link to it is www.mybreedersupply.com or www.mypups.com. They both work. They both work all the time. And there's something going on at your end that's causing that problem. And I know it's frustrating when you see that happening. But normally the solution to this is simply turn the machine off and start again. Okay, that is 11 minutes, so we're done. Say goodbye, Tammy. Watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.